Okay, I have like this could possibly be $1 billion idea.
And you're just going to share it like this to our people?
Yes.
Wow.
So
y'all are lucky.
So imagine this.
Okay.
This is like such a good way for me and you to make money because we're kind of older, so we have like that.
We're 24.
No, but once you hear the idea, you'll understand.
Okay.
We open a house in Nashville for TikTokers, and we are like the managerial side of it, and we own the house, and we make all of them pay us rent.
So we are like the head of the hype house.
Yeah, but we're like completely behind the scenes of it.
Like, so we're like Thomas Petro.
No, but nobody knows
Lil
us.
Huddy, but in the silence.
Yes, and nobody knows us. And we're like sorority house moms, but for like a TikTok house in Nashville.
That's kind of funny.
Wouldn't that be such a good idea? We would make so much fucking money, and then we would like. It would essentially be like an Airbnb for TikTokers.
Okay.
And like when people would come into Nashville, like that
so,
would they would stay there.
Okay, so it's a content house, but like no one, but we're not like managing people.
Nope. We literally just own the house and make them pay us rent.
So like when they want to come on vacation, they have a place to stay that's like aesthetically cool, things to do.
Yeah, we fill it with ring lights.
Yeah, like ring lights. They already have like selfie cameras. They have like good lighting.
There's tripods everywhere.
It's already stocked with food. Yeah, they're ready to go.
We have like we make sure that like anybody that they have a brand deal with, all of their products are in the fridge.
So it's almost like an Airbnb, like a room
for content creators.
Yeah.
Tell me that's not a good idea.
Honestly, that kind of slaps.
Really? Like, right? Like, I feel like
not even just like Nashville. It's just like we could manage it in Nashville, but I feel like you could do it lot of places. You could
put one in LA. You could put one in New York. You could put one in like I don't know.
Like there's so many content creators around the world that like want to go places, but like if they have that place that they can go, that's also like a safe space that they know.
They all can stay in too. So like you could be like,
and
I don't know,
meet other content creators while you're there. Yeah, and like
yeah, you could be like from like fucking Missouri, but you're like, hey, I want to like try to go make it in LA. Rent a room from the fucking, I don't know, what would we call it? The Vibe House or whatever. Ew. You get a room at the Vibe House for 2 months. You pay us rent. You live there. You can make all your content with the equipment that we have, and it's like you're living in the big leagues. You test it out. If you succeed, then you go get your own place, but we make money while you're here.
Wow.
Isn't that a good idea?
Low-key, yeah.
That's what I thought. I just needed validation on it.
That is kind of a cool idea. I feel like we just don't have the capital for it,
and
that's what sucks.
So
I think we're going to have to fuck our way to the top.
God damn it.
Get the capital.
You're right.
You're right.
but if I was Dave Portnoy, this would be something I would be doing.
Yeah, I'm actually like kind of surprised that this isn't like a thing yet.
Yeah, right.
Like this is actually, I would say,
like all these
a very good idea.
All these kids are just like leasing these ginormous houses from random people. Let's be the fucking random people, but promote it. Like we put the house on like the thing as a content house.
There's like a website you can go to, and basically they have like apartments and like all different cities, and you rent through them. So like 1 year you have like one rental price, and like you have to commit to like that apartment complex in like say Nashville for 3 months, and then after 3 months you can go to Chicago, you go to LA, whatever, and like you just pay the rent of that, and like as long as it's like within their like industry, and I feel like that's almost kind of like what we could do everywhere. Wow, Emily,
I know I had that idea on my way over here, and I just thought I would share it.
Emily, that's fire.
So if you're rich and this is a good idea, please, I'm gonna TM this. So like, give me some of the money from it.
I'm gonna TM this. So
TM.
You can't.
Yeah,
you cannot. Almost like Society 97. Can't take it.
Yeah, Society 97 is TM'd, by the way. So we have trademarked that shit.
Sorry about it, but
so if you sell anything with that name on it, I will fucking sue you with all the money I don't have
and all the lawyers we have. We have a ton of lawyers.
So many lawyers. I can't even count them all.
I wouldn't try to fuck with us.
Just don't even fuck with us. Take my idea and you better watch your back, buddy.
It's already been in the process of being trademarked as she came over here.
Yeah.
We know how to do the papers. We know how to do it all.
Yes.
Like we don't need.
Yep.
Wow. That's incredible, Emily.
Thank you.
I really like that. I low-key want to kind of make like a Sims universe about this.
We should I have Sims.
Well, fuck it. So we both have friends coming in the next 2 weekends, but now you cannot because we've been making a metaverse version of.
Even better, we just create the whole thing on the metaverse. No capital needed.
Just like Bitcoin, but that's
how
fine.
many dumb like 17-year-olds would totally buy property
we would
there?
Need? I don't even know what that means. I just thought that sounded cool.
Ethereum.
I was just like, I feel like this is the key word to say.
We could put like fucking NFTs in their bedrooms.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Do we ask Logan Paul to be on board to be an investor?
Logan Paul, invest in our metaverse content creator houses that we will be creating.
Yes.
That's it.
Do it now.
That's it. Episode over.
Episode over and break. Welcome back to Society 97. I'm Kellen.
And I'm Emily. And this week's episode, we are talking all about side hustles. So ways to make some extra cash that we've done, friends have done, fails, successes, just all about it.
Yes. Honestly, I would say that I haven't tried a lot, but I've thought about a lot.
I've been chasing that bag since I was like 10 years old.
I was like, we were actually just discussing like side hustles that we first started with, and I was like, definitely like for me, lemonade stand.
Yeah.
Like, we had signs. We would like carry out the table, stand on that corner for hours.
Yeah.
And like make about $4. But like that was everything.
You know, it's a funny story. So this is how much of a businesswoman I've been since day one. When I had one of my first lemonade stands that I was like old enough for it to like be successful, it's probably in like the 4th or the 5th grade.
Right.
And the neighborhood I grew up in, we knew our clientele, and we knew that they would be donating more money if there was a cause behind it. So we lied and we said that all of our money would be donated to the animal shelter.
Emily.
And we kept all of that fucking money. We made like $100.
You're a shitty person.
I was in 4th grade chasing a fucking bag. Let me tell you, the amount of
I've been hustling since day one.
Bro, the amount of silly bands I bought with that money,
unmatched.
We were selling Crystal Light and those like pasty cookies, hundreds of dollars.
My lemonade stand was not that smart. I will say that. But we did also have iced tea. So we could make an Arnold Palmer. I remember that one time. But yeah, other than that was probably like my first side hustle ever. But yeah, we were sitting today at like a little like brunch kind of deal. And we were like, what should we do for this week's topic? And we were like, side hustles. Because it just makes so much sense, because we're in a place right now where we're trying to make all different types of side hustles work to get a freaking bag real quick. Right. I don't care if it's $20. I don't care if it's $100. I just want extra money.
It's like our whole generation is like constantly chasing like either fast ways to make money, or just like, I feel like our whole generation is like, we just love getting into different stuff.
Oh yeah. Also, our attention spans are like super fucking small. Yeah. So you're trying a new side hustle all the time, and like also that's just like your creative like outlet versus like your 9-to-5 job. And like also because your 9-to-5 job isn't satisfying, so you run to this creative outlet, and then you're like, I could be a millionaire. And because of TikTok, it makes you think that whatever you do is like you're gonna succeed and
make so much money. Also, another thing, like when you graduate college and you're on your own, like paying your bills, like when you're first on your own and paying for everything, like your parents aren't giving you anything, money does not go fucking far. Like, and I don't think you realize that before you're like completely on your own. But like, I don't know, the salary that this like nice cushy salary you got, like it's not going as far as you think it is. So like side hustles are almost like necessary at this point.
Yeah, 100%. And like last week we were talking about like, friends that have babies, and like, friends that are getting married. Like, how?
I don't know.
How do you like?
I will literally see people who I went to high school with like building whole ass houses, like building houses.
Yeah, I have a friend right now who's like in the process of building a house, and I'm like, I mean, now you're like married, and she just had a kid. How does that work?
How many feet pics you be selling, bitch?
Because Actually, one time she did try to sell feet pics, and this bitch got kicked off the app immediately.
No way.
Well, because she was like not shy about the fact that she was like only selling feet pics.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no, she did try, and she was blocked from that website. But
oh, I mean, I feel that we'll get into that in a little bit.
But yeah, honestly, this is all about in your 20s trying to make that extra side cash.
Yeah,
that's not like illegally selling drugs, you know? Or
right? Like
yeah. But it's like the things that we've tried, failed at, and
might not be completely legal, but like pretty close to legal.
Yeah,
close enough.
We're not like selling drugs.
I mean, I'm not going to jail for it, but it might be a little bit shady on the taxes situation.
Might be a little spicy. All right, so let's get into what we have done. So I have personally never done this. I have thought about it so many times. I have actually made numerous accounts to do this, but I've never followed through, and that is selling feet pics.
Okay, here's the thing. I did this for a minute in college, and I will say it's a lucrative business once you get into it.
Mm-hmm.
But to get into it is so fucking hard because, like, it all starts on Instagram. Literally, if you just go on the Instagram search bar and type in, like, foot fetish, shit will just come up. And, like, that's where you kind of start with your, like, clientele. Like, finding people who are liking these, like, weird accounts and all this stuff. And so that's kind of where it starts. But, like, I got into it because I watched like a YouTube video once, and it was basically like a breakdown of like how to get into it. And this girl like outlines everything. She made like a really good video. Basically talked about like how to like be safe and do it and like not expose your identity and like how to like get your money sent to you through like something that has nothing to do with your name. It's so much work, but like, yeah, I ended up making like a couple $1,000s doing it. Yeah, I mean, it was a good little side hustle, but also like for what it was, I feel like way too much work.
Yeah, because I feel like we see all these girls like sitting there and be like, I got this bag because of like just selling feet pics. Like, we aren't Tana Mojo. Like, we can't just hop on OnlyFans and sell feet pics and like make a lot of money. Like, you're putting in work.
Yeah,
it's
the
like,
people making like a shit ton of money, like that is essentially their full-time job because all they're doing is like creating content around their fucking toes.
Yeah. Like they gotta make time to go get a pedicure. Like that is now a job, not a leisure activity.
It's actually like a big part of it too, is like people like the color of your toes can affect how much money you get. The arch in your foot affects how much money you get. The size of your foot and the shape. Like my pinky toe is like a little fucked, like because of dancing for so many years. So like I would always
people didn't like that.
I would Facetune that shit.
Oh
yeah.
So there's like an OnlyFans like documentary. I want to say it was on Hulu. It might be on HBO Max. I'm not 100% sure.
Is it with Bella Thorne?
It's not with Bella Thorne, but they do reference Bella Thorne.
Oh, okay, okay.
But basically they take I won't say like amateur like people on OnlyFans because like they make a lot of money now, but like
at the time
they like.
Or they start off like they weren't famous before they had it.
Exactly. Gotcha. Like they honestly made it middle of pandemic and started making money off it. And the one girl on there like went through the whole process of how to sell feet pics and like how she also now she like it's almost like she's like the pimp for feet pics people.
Damn.
And then she like helps younger girls or like beginner girls get into selling feet pics. It's a whole like business.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I've thought about it numerous amounts of times.
It's not worth it. I'm gonna be the first person to say it's like it's so much work for so little reward. And not that you can't make a lot of money in it, but like the scouting of getting people to buy them takes for fucking ever. It's like months and months and months of posting shit and like reaching out to people and like whatever just to get like one person to message you. It's not like a lot of the stuff that we're going to talk about, it's not like the way that people make it seem where it's like you just sign up for this app and then people,
which is why we've honestly filled at
when
all
people
of
be
them.
beating down your door. Like it's not like that.
Okay, so that also I've never sold feet pics, but then I've also like thought about selling my underwear because I feel like it's simple because like honestly guys that would be buying them or girls or whoever's buying them like on the other side, like I mean they want all different types of underwear. They want like your old underwear. They want new underwear. They want like ones you wore to work out in, ones you worked in. So like, I'm like, okay, bitch, I wear them every day. Let me just sell them bitches like real quick, whatever. And I actually was listening to a podcast the other day of a girl who did sell her underwear, but she wasn't selling them to like make money off of them. She like had like lingerie sets sort of that she was selling on like Depop, and one person bought all of them, and then they were like talking, they're like, okay, so like this must be a person like with a fetish that like bought everything, and then there was like, okay, but could they like track that back to you, like your DNA? Could they like pull it off of there and be like, ha, this is you, and then like set you up for like a murder or something? Well, okay. That's like that. Then I heard that, and I was like, oh, that's scary.
So I will say, I signed up. I think the website's called Sophia Grace. It's like where you sell underwear through. Is like one of the biggest ones. It's like you sell underwear, you can sell socks, you can sell like fucking used tampons, like literally anything. You can sell your hairbrush. But that was one of the main things, and it's like I signed up for it. First of all, so much work. Second,
I feel like that's not very lucrative, especially at first.
It's
like
not.
Underwear isn't cheap.
Well, also the majority of the people who are selling on these websites have OnlyFans, and so that's why people buy from them, because like they know who they are. I, like the slimy person I am, went on Instagram and found this Instagram model, screenshotted so many of her photos,
Emily,
and created an account with her pictures.
She said, I need that bag and I want to get it fast.
Literally, like, I felt so bad doing it, but then at the same time I was like, she's already posting this kind of content, so whatever. And and those websites, like, you have to like pay to sign up for, but that was my main thing. I was like, I mean, I'm like the biggest true crime buff ever. I'm like, somebody could literally just like sprinkle your DNA at a murder scene.
Yeah, and like, honestly, I did not think about that till I heard it on the podcast, because like I honestly was just like, because to me, I'm also very naive. Like, I think that most people have good intentions.
Yeah, I think people are trash.
You see, and like, I mean, I like get like a vibe off of people, but like in my mind, I'm like, no, like we are buying, or like that person's buying that for like their own sexual pleasure. So like, why would they ever think about doing that? But then they started bringing it up, and I was like, oh my god, that's so true.
I want to say, like, there's this girl on TikTok who I have seen so many videos of that she posts, and her whole entire income is from selling stuff. But she also is like famous on OnlyFans, so like that's why she has a following. But like she did like a whole video on how like that can't happen, but in my head I'm like, it most certainly can happen. If your DNA is on it, it can happen.
Right. Well, and that's the thing. I feel like that's only if you're like selling dirty stuff, because then this girl was like, well, since I was selling it through like Depop, it was like all washed and like whatever. So I don't know, but
like,
anyway,
touch DNA and everything. I don't know. Yeah, like it's just like such a spiral. But yeah, feed pics and underwear. So I made money on feed pics, but I never sold one single piece of my underwear. Okay, I listed 10 different underwears, all different like
options.
I just made shit up. I was like, oh, hit my max today on benching or on squatting with these ones because they were ripped.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, I ripped them while I was hitting my max on my squats today.
I would pay to see this account. That's so funny.
I probably could still access it.
Probably.
I don't know. But yeah, that one I called it Lola's Lounge.
So go hit her up. Honestly, you might have made a sale, but never sent it.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, at this point, you may have. You never know.
Who knows?
You never know.
That shit's been on there for forever.
Okay, so more, legal.
Those are legal.
I mean, those are legal, but I'm saying, like,
you're not paying taxes on it.
Okay. Anyway. More PG side
there we go. Okay, that's what you meant. I thought you just meant the money part. I'm like, yeah, you just don't pay your taxes.
You're like, yeah, just tax fraud. It's a big thing over there. So
tax fraud is huge in the feed pic community.
Honestly, probably. I would not be fucking claiming that shit.
You cannot tell me anybody who sells this shit online even knows what taxes are.
I mean, the only
they definitely don't even know how that works.
If you're selling it through like OnlyFans or like a platform, and then you get paid through that platform,
that's different.
You have to pay taxes.
Yeah,
but like if these people are like low key like Venmoing you or Cash Apping you,
that's how mine was. It was all through Venmo.
Yeah, no, you ain't paying taxes.
I didn't.
Okay, so the PG jobs we've had. So a couple of months ago, Emily and I were like, and honestly, I think we admitted on the podcast, like,
this is like,
it's so funny. We
so embarrassing.
Signed up to be Door Dashers. And
first of all, can you imagine me and Kellen knocking on your door with your fucking like Cheesecake Factory?
Well, we did it for 2 weeks.
I did. I think I successfully did like 8 total orders.
I made a total of $70 and it's still sitting in my DoorDash thing.
Cash it out.
I just haven't put my account in
what?
it.
I made $20. I was like, cash out.
Yeah, I have $70.
I learned a lot from doing that though. The first thing I learned, people fucking suck, and tip your fucking drivers. What the fuck?
Yeah.
They're not getting paid like the way that people think. Like they literally just make
because
tips.
also even their like advertisements like over like Christmas was like, look at all this extra money I made door dashing in 1 hour. No fucking way.
You can't
the amount of times
I couldn't even do 2 drives in an hour.
Yeah. The amount of times
and my phone died every 5 fucking minutes. Because the app drains your phone.
Also, the app is super confusing.
It's trash.
It is not easy. It's not user-friendly. I had to contact Emily multiple times.
Kellen was texting me on her first DoorDash order and was like,
Which
bro,
this person
how the fuck do you do this?
This person was ordering. Oh my God. Also, super judgmental of what people ordered. Sorry about it. This man ordered.
Yeah, same.
Like, to go or like fast food fish. It wasn't like a Long John Silver's. It was worse. It was like a Captain D's.
Captain D's nuts.
Like, not even good. He was mad because I forgot his sauce. But like, how was I supposed to know that you wanted sauce? Because the app doesn't tell you.
My Diet Dr. Kelp.
Like, literally, the app doesn't tell you.
The app,
okay. It doesn't notify you when they message you.
All of those like preferences that on the user's end that you put in, like, oh, add napkins, add blah blah blah. The only person who sees that is the restaurant. Your driver does not see any of that shit. So like when you're like, I got a drink, and you're like, well, they didn't give me a drink, so sorry.
Yeah, like you can you can go into it, but it's like not user friendly to be able to go to that. And then like, yeah,
I didn't even know what the person's name was I was delivering to when I picked up the fucking order. I said, I'm here for a DoorDash order. They go, for who? And I go,
I don't know.
I don't know.
I literally showed them the app, and the one time he was like, what's It was at McDonald's. What is the order number? And I gave him the number of the restaurant. And he said, okay. And he walked away.
He said, this bitch is fucking stupid.
I had no idea. I had no idea because it's not user friendly. But they don't give you a how-to guide.
And the people who DoorDash, like, no offense, are typically like not the highest educated people. So you think that the app would be easy to use. Like I was like, if this dumb person who like consistently has ordered my food and fucked it up can do this, then I can do this.
Yeah.
As a fucking graduate degree holding human being. Yeah. That shit is hard.
Okay, it wasn't okay, but my thing is, it wasn't terrible because I compared it to like when I was a server, but then also like serving in Nashville wouldn't be the same, like because you can kind of like get more orders fast. But yeah, honestly, I thought it would be very good here because of all the restaurant stuff. Trash. There would be multiple times I'd be sitting there for like 25, 30 minutes and they just like wouldn't send me anything. And I'm like, what do you mean? My
thing that was annoying about the whole experience is the amount of driving is like not worth the amount of money you're making, especially if you pay for your own car. Like the miles you're putting on your car and the gas that you pay, you honestly probably make enough money to fill up your tank afterwards.
Literally like per hour. Yeah. And it's really annoying. Like I've seen so many like people who do for delivery services that have 2 people with them, and it makes so much sense because like to turn off your, especially in apartment complexes around here, to turn your car off,
it makes no
to get
sense
out,
to do it by yourself
walk up,
here.
to do it like it's literally, but that also you don't make enough money to do it with somebody.
No, because I was about to say like if me and you could do it together, it would make sense, but like it's not worth it because then we're making $10 an hour, it's like. And then it's like, oh, well, I could literally just go babysit some random person's kids and make $35 an hour or whatever.
Yeah, and also, like, because we're in a city, so, like, you think that you'd have a lot of, like kind of close stops. It's not. It sends you out. It sends you out super far. You're not even in the limits anymore. You have to like. It's so annoying.
It literally took me like I picked up an order downtown and took it to the middle of fucking nowhere, and I was at a Wingstop. I'm like, there's no way this is the closest Wingstop to this person.
And I'm sure it was like you got $5.
Oh, I made $3.50.
Yeah, like it's not a lot.
Tip your fucking drivers.
So we gave up on that real fast.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I would say if you have the grind for it and you can do it, you can make money.
Yeah, and if that is something that you're like seriously wanting to do, like you could easily make a lot of money on it. I just wasn't committed.
I just don't have the time to put into making money from it. And that's the hard part.
I mean, I think that's the trend for all these, right? It's like we're just like, I just I want this to be easier.
Right, exactly. Because also for us, it's like a second job.
Yeah.
But also not a second job. I honestly thought as of that being like a second job for me, it would be so nice because like you can make your own hours. You're not like committed to like a
you're
time
just by
thing.
yourself, driving around.
You're not like responding to a corporate anything.
It's stressful.
But also because of that, it allowed me to stop doing it really fast.
Yeah, true. Like you're like, I have nothing writing on this.
Exactly.
Like this doesn't pay my bills.
But also, you know like the amount of times I've sat on Indeed to like look for second jobs.
Yeah.
And haven't applied for a single one, but I'm like, this will be me.
Yeah.
Like I thought, okay, last winter, I was like, I'm gonna be a cart girl this summer at like a golf course and like give out beers. Well, then to find out you can't be that unless like you know someone in there or like you've been working at like the restaurant in the clubhouse for a while. So that kind of sucks. I was like, I'd be really good at that. I can flirt with men. I do it every day for my own job.
Right.
So like on the golf course serving them beers, millions of dollars. I would be rich. Well, I didn't do that. And then I was like, you know what? I miss serving. I'm going to go back and be a server. So here, like, brunch is a big thing. And, like, I don't know. I feel like every restaurant does brunch. But I was like, being a brunch server would be amazing because, like, I would still have, like, the rest of my night. Like, honestly, I don't really go out often. So, like, I could wake up and go and, like, serve and whatever. You're serving mimosas. Not that hard. So I applied at this one place. And they told me I did not have enough brunch experience to be able to be a server. So I said, you know what? Just serving isn't for me in this town.
Yeah. I actually had a friend the other day apply to be a waitress at a restaurant that she had worked at for years. She works like full time, like at a corporate job, but she's like, I just want some extra cash. So she's like, I'll do it on the weekends or whatever. And they called her and they were like, yeah, like sounds good, like whatever. And then like the day of that she was supposed to start again, they like sent her a text and were like, hey, actually, like we can't like hire on anybody else right now, like blah blah blah. So like I don't know. I
don't know. Also, I think around here though, like restaurants are super competitive. Like it's not like where I grew up in Pennsylvania, where like
you could walk in and be like, I want a job, and they're like, you're hired.
Yeah, we need somebody.
Yeah,
but like here, it's super competitive. Like people make legitimate careers out of this.
Yeah,
like, I mean, bartending on Broadway is like.
This is very much like a service industry type city.
Yes. So like it is hard to get into, but the hard part about like the service industry is like once you're in it, you can't get out of it. But yeah,
that's tough.
Just like looking for second jobs and just like not fully committing, fully something I do every day. Actually, like it's.
I see. I don't really do that. I'm much more of like the side hustle, random shit. Like mine's never like I want to go like work for somebody. I just want to do something on my own. Like I've done so.
That's
like
the thing. I don't want to work for somebody, but I'm like I could use some extra money.
Yeah.
So that's the issue. That's why I don't apply for anything. But you know what I have done? I've tried to take surveys online.
What's that app? It's called like Tula.
Yes.
Okay. I've downloaded and re-downloaded that so many fucking times.
I'm never the demographic they need.
Me neither. And what sucks about those things is like they are like more, they're on like a gift card payment. So like you get paid by points, and then like once you obtain a certain amount of points, you can like cash that into a gift card, but it's like not like a Visa gift card. It's like a gift card to like Best Buy or like Fazoli's or like the Cheesecake Factory. Like what the fuck? Like can I just have money?
Yeah.
So it's like they're not even paying you like actual dollars.
Right. And I feel like the time commitment to put into all of it, every survey I've actually ever done, it's like, you'll get $15 at the end of this. You're like, great.
And it's like 7 hours later.
Yeah. And like, or they'll be like $15 for 10 questions. You're like, easy.
Yeah.
Easy. Paragraphs is what they want. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
So it's really not a sustainable thing to have as a side hustle because it takes a lot more time than it's worth.
Oh, facts.
Not it at all.
Well, another thing that I've done besides the survey taking that might be more on the illegal side was me and one of my best friends created a joint Tinder account. And I think I may have talked about this on the podcast before, but we set our age preferences to like 30 to like the max age on Tinder, I think is like literally 90 something. We set our age on there, and the whole thing was just hot photos of us. Like nothing was like inappropriate. Like they were all like cute Instagram pictures that we've posted, but like we just looked hot, or like Snapchats. Mm-hmm. And like it was like literally up front we were like, all we want is money. Like we were like
stop.
We were like we won't do anything. We won't send you anything. All we will do is text you, and we want your money. And like that account was live for like maybe 4 hours. And then it got like flagged because like we were trying to make money on Tinder.
Yeah.
And henceforth I have been banned from Tinder. Anything to do with my name, my phone number, any email address that I have, like literally everything. So if you ever see an account on Tinder with my face on it, just know that is not me.
You're not that famous that someone's trying to use you.
I've used random people's faces on dating apps.
Okay, I never have.
Not on dating apps, but like that fucking thing
Lola's Lounge.
Yeah, like I literally just screenshotted some hot girl on Instagram. She wasn't famous. She had like 800 followers. I just screenshotted her face.
I'm screaming. No, I have never tried to be on Tinder for money. I've also never had a Tinder, so
I've only had a Tinder for dating for like 3 days in college, and then I realized it was like the hookup app, and I was like, no,
not for me.
Yeah,
not for me. So this is a very niche thing for Emily, and when I say that she has tried this multiple times, and I have watched the highs and lows of her trying to sell these.
I have tried to sell. And the thing that's frustrating is so many people will like hit me up for it, but then they never pay me for the shoes up front. So I'm like, I'm not going to paint them unless you pay me up front so I can buy the shoes. But what we're talking about, like selling like hand painted sneakers. Mm-hmm. And so like all these people will hit me up and be like, oh, I want a pair. Can you do this? And they'll send me like all of the shit that they want on it. And I'm like, yeah. Can you just either you buy the sneakers, send them to my place, or like prepay me for the sneakers? And then you can pay me afterwards once they're painted if you like them, whatever. But they won't fucking do it. So it's a fail. But
I mean, honestly, though, I feel like they're afraid because then like, well, then I already bought these, and if she messes them up, like whatever.
Regardless, like I'm taking my fucking time to do it.
Right, but I also, if I were you, I would be like, because I don't. It's not like an Etsy page where like
they're like pre-done.
Yeah.
Well, that was the thing, is like they were asking for such detailed shit that I was like, this is gonna take me like a week of like hours and hours and hours of work, and they wouldn't even fucking buy the $70 Air Force Ones online first. I'm like, these fucking cheap fucks aren't gonna pay for the shoes themselves.
Yeah, because when I tell you the price afterwards, you're not gonna pay.
And that's another thing about like creative stuff. People are so quick to be like, you're charging way too much for that. I'm like, this literally took me 40 hours.
Yeah, this is gonna take me a while. But I've watched her so many times. It's not like funny because like I love like your grind of it, and like you're super good at like you're so creative and you're so talented in that. But it's just funny because I've watched you like perfectly like set them up on boxes.
Yeah, you
had like your strobe light like in the back with like your like ghetto songs.
Fucking like, grinding, man.
And you're like swiveling it out. You're like, DM if you want some shoes.
And the fucking trashiest people will DM me and never follow through.
Yeah. That makes sense. So something I have never like tried to sell like painted shoes because I'm also not an artist, but I've tried to sell like clothing through like, I don't know, like Depop. What's the other one that's on there? Like Poshmark. So many times. But the thing is that I get like annoyed with is like
the shipping,
but also like when you're starting out, like you're not going to make money off it.
No.
It's like anything else. Like nobody knows who your account is. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Like you have to like build a clientele for it. So it's like literally a waste of time. By the time you like get all the pictures, you upload it, you put descriptions, everything. It's like I literally wasted my time. So then I just sell my clothing at
Plato's Closet
and you get ripped off anyway.
And they don't take the most stylish things. They take like the most just shit that you never thought they would take. They take that and they leave you with the nicest quality, best stuff that you have.
Yes. Yeah, but you know what?
It makes no sense.
Sometimes you just you need a quick buck.
Yeah.
Go through the closet, go to Plato's Closet.
I know. Sometimes I'll literally be like, I need like $40 to buy like some booze and food. Like, that's all I need.
Honestly, I'm getting to the point where I need to go through my clothing again and go to Plato's Closet and see if I can, like, the last time I went through my clothing, it was, like, not worth even trying. But, like, this time I think, I just need to get, like, some shit out. It's too much. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I mean, that is a side hustle that can work. But how often can you do it? Not a lot. Unless, like, you're super into clothing and, like, staying on trend, I would be selling my shit, too.
Yeah. Or I know some people will literally like buy shit from Plato's, wear it, and then like resell it. So like, I mean, if you're buying it, discount it. Like people can actually make some. I mean, I guess that's the whole point of like thrifting, right? Like for people who like make money off of it is like go to Goodwill, find a couple of cool pieces, and then just like get a Depop or whatever and sell them on there.
See, but you know, that is what frustrates me, and we talk about this all the time, like gatekeeping of like thrifting around Nashville specifically, because people will do that. They'll like go to cool thrift stores and get all that, and then they want to sell like a freaking Dave Matthews oversized shirt for like $80. Oh, when it wasn't that even in the first place at the concert.
When you bought it donated from Goodwill for $1.99.
Yeah.
And it's like, I get it, like, cool for, like, good for you for making your money on it, but also, like, fuck you, because, like,
if you buy that, also, unless, like, that's, like, your lifelong dream is to have, like, every Dave Matthews concert.
If your lifelong dream is to have every Dave Matthews concert band tee, then you probably have gotten no pussy your whole life, and you probably are a fucking loser.
Okay. But, like, if that's your thing, go off. Yeah. Like, I'm not here to judge you. I do weird shit. You do weird shit. Like,
I don't spend $80 on a thrift Dave Matthews tee.
No, but, like, if it was anime, you might. So, I don't want to hear it. I'm defending this person like I've done it. I never have. But I'm just...
And, like, you suck Dave Matthews Band dick. Do you like Dave Matthews Band?
I mean, I don't hate.
I hate them.
I'm not a super fan, but like my sister like used to fuck with them hard. But like I'm like it's whatever. I know like Ants Marching and that's about it. Like,
I was gonna say I couldn't name one song and I'm over here like fuck Dave Matthews Band.
But that's okay. That was like a poor example, I guess.
Yeah.
But like I'm just
like
saying,
a Harley Davidson shirt at Black Shag Vintage is like $200.
Yeah.
For what?
For what?
It has moth holes in it.
Literally, when my sister and I were in New York like 3 weekends ago, we went thrifting and she got a Harley Davidson shirt for $11.
Yeah, and that's how it should be.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Around here, thrifting sucks. So
thrifting does suck around here.
But the main goal of all of these side hustles for us is that we were just trying to make some extra money without actually working. So
and that's where yeah, exactly. Like that's why we fail at it, right? Because we're like wanting all this extra money, but we're like we don't want to do work.
Also,
like I just want it to be easy.
Yeah, you want it to be easy, but I think the hard part about a side hustle too is doing it yourself.
Yeah,
and then like your friends aren't on that same grind, so then it's really hard to like keep it consistent because like like they're not like. Not that like your friends have to help you, but I think that like
it helps when everybody's like on the same wave.
Yeah, and also like the side hustles that we choose to do, we're not like being forced to do. So then you're kind of like, nah. Plus,
you don't have a boss. Nobody's holding you accountable. Yeah. Like for DoorDash, it was like your rating will go down if you don't accept these rides. I was like, fuck my rating. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Like I
get paid the same either way.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, I think that's like the hardest part is like no one's like telling you to do it. And then also like the attention span of like society today is so short.
Yeah.
So honestly,
imagine the attention span of somebody who already has an attention deficit disorder in today's society. Like, I mean, I can't even
meth for that.
I can't even write my own name without being like squirrel. Like it just doesn't even work.
Yeah, no, it's really hard. And I mean, I would say like for us, like obviously our main side hustle right now is this podcast. We make $0 fucking dollars.
$0, which listen, hella work will be worth it someday.
We love it, but that's the thing is like we get a lot of satisfaction from it, and like that's what you have to take from it. Like we enjoy it. We genuinely like.
Did I get satisfaction from selling pictures of toes? No, 0. Did I make some money? Yes, but this is way better.
Yeah, exactly. Like so like, you know, I guess you gotta go back and forth. But also to say then too, I have somebody to do it with that's like, if I'm not motivated that day, like you are, or vice versa. And like that happens all the time. Yeah. So it's like, that's why I think a lot of side hustles don't work, because like you don't have that person helping you, or like your friends are like, bitch, just come out with us. Like, why are you door dashing on a Friday night?
Yeah. So moral of the story, get into a side hustle with somebody who also wants to get into that side hustle. Make a joint venture out of it. Yeah,
whatever it is. I mean, selling feet pics, door dashing.
We got a photographer and we got a model. Right. Boom. We got an Instagram.
You need the angles.
We got an Instagram manager and we got the finance guy.
The thing is, like, you can't get all the angles of your feet by yourself.
Dude, it's so hard.
So get it with your friends.
Especially when you
What about like friend feet pics? Fun?
Yeah.
That's fun. That's interesting.
Sounds like a fun night.
Yeah.
Some wine, some toes. Might get weird. Who knows?
You never know. The wine comes out, bitch. We don't know.
You be sending some shit you would never send.
Your feet groped around the bottle, like holding it.
You're like big toe and your second toe like holding the wine glass.
Never fucking know.
You don't. You really don't.
But
see all the possibilities if you go into it with a friend. They're endless.
Endless. Honestly. So this kind of is going to go into side hustles that you and I have never
done these ones, but some of them are quite interesting. Looking at this list, some of these,
we asked around, we asked some people, and we also found some stuff on Reddit. We found some stuff on TikTok, to kind of inspire these,
and just like some shit like we've all seen people do.
Yeah.
The first one that I just thought was so funny. I was on Reddit and I literally just typed in like side hustles, and one of the like threads was like this guy, and he said he sold aspirin to high school kids and told them it was Adderall. Which, like, that is the funniest. That is the most like high school gullible shit I've ever heard of. That's like the same as like when I would buy alcohol from like older people in high school. They would charge us like $40 for like
Vlad.
For like a 12 pack of like Mike's Hard Lemonade.
And you were like, steal because Marissa down the street was gonna charge you $60.
I mean, it is just so funny, but yeah, selling aspirin as Adderall, that is the funniest shit. Yeah. And you know, it's like they've never taken Adderall before, so they
don't know what's supposed to happen.
The placebo they're probably like, holy shit, I am so focused.
Yeah,
right
and
now.
Honestly, to this day, they're
and my headache's surprisingly gone.
To this day, they're probably like, yo, bro, I was
such a bad kid buying Adderall from like Chad over there. Yeah, that's so funny.
So also another one would be getting sugar daddies. I've never had one. I would like one.
That's like such a hot topic, like a hot trend. And I think this also goes into like the work thing though. I feel like having a sugar daddy or multiple is so much more work than it's worth.
Yeah. I know a couple people who have had like sugar daddies, but they're like not in any way like sexual. They're very much like for companionship. Like I actually know a guy who he would fly like all over the country. Like this man would fly him around to come to events with him so he didn't look like he was a loner. So it looked like because he was a gay man, and he would fly like my guy friend out and be like, be my gay partner. And he made lots of money doing it.
But you know the thing about me is like if I was that person, I would feel so bad making money off the fact that this guy's just lonely. Like, isn't that so sad?
It is sad at first, but
then I guess you get that first couple thousand, you're like, fuck you, bitch, and your sadness.
That's the hard part for him. Like, I mean, he was very personable, so like he would like talk to him and like get to know him. But at the same time, like he would go and like this man would fly him first class to come see him.
Yeah.
He'd be put up in like the nicest hotels in the area, wined and dined, didn't have to stay with him. The guy would literally send a car to pick him up at the hotel. So like they didn't interact until they got to like the venue or wherever they had to go together, and they would meet there. So like he never had to interact with him outside of like the event that was occurring. So sometimes it was just dinner, sometimes it was like a business like whatever thing that he was there for. Like and it happened like he did it like a couple times with like this like same guys, and like he became like friends with them, and then like it just kind of fizzles. But like I mean, yeah, like he would get paid because it would be like weekends.
Yeah.
Completely just like wine and dine at the best places, and then also getting like $1,000 just to like
exist.
Yeah, for the weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, not bad.
It's not bad, but it's a full-on commitment, right? It's like he literally had to give up his days to go do all this stuff, to go hang out with some random
like
lonely
old
guy.
Man Greg.
Yeah, like I don't know, fuck all that noise.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, like, I don't feel like I'd be opposed to it. Like, if you're that down bad and you want to obtain a lifestyle, like, the guy, this my friend lived in New York City and he like had to obtain a lifestyle. So it's like,
I guess that makes sense.
So one weekend away, you also get to have cool Instagram pictures, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You also get introduced then to people of that like
That's
stature.
true. I feel like for the networking of it, it would be worth it.
And then you get to go back. You have a couple of $1,000s. You either just paid your rent, or you can go out and have yourself a good time with your friends.
Yeah, that's true.
For one weekend.
Yeah,
not that bad.
I mean, if it's that, but like
I'm not trying to like meet you at your house or anything. I'm not trying to like.
That's the thing, and it's like, I mean, I feel like the average sugar daddy is just some creepy fuck on Instagram who's like,
it's almost like those like guys we saw at dinner from us when we were for New Year's. Like those were for sure sugar babies that they like met the sushi
those
restaurant.
were like creepy guys. Like they were very touchy. Like I don't fuck with that. Like that's where it's like gross. But I mean, if you're into it, then fucking get your bag. For it. I mean, that's kind of all these, right?
I mean, that kind of goes like into the next one about like giving massages. So, I know someone who he was telling me, he was like, yeah, like I used to give massages to this man's wife for money, and I used to make like good money doing it. So, I feel like that's a fetish on the husband's end.
Is that not just prostitution?
Low key, probably a little bit. Now that you say it that way. I'm not promoting, but he made a bag, so.
Hey, you know what? If everybody's a consenting adult and whatever, like sex work is a valid way to make money. As long as everybody's consenting, who cares?
Exactly. If it's full consent,
and everybody's of age, go for it.
Whatever. I mean, get your bag.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that's one way. We're not condoning that behavior. No. But like, if the opportunity presents itself and you're thinking about taking it,
and you need to do it, I mean,
just make sure everyone's down.
Yeah.
And make sure the bag is good.
Oh my god. Okay, the next one we have on here is another one of Kellen's friends, but I wrote it on here, so I'm gonna say it because I think the way I wrote it is funny. But illegally putting things in envelopes.
Okay.
So niche.
So I asked like a couple of my friends around here just to like see what they've done, because like also like we're saying what we did, but like I don't know, people do crazy shit for $1. Like,
oh yeah, fuck. I mean, what we did is very like normal stuff.
Yeah, I feel like most people, especially girls,
some of these are very niche.
Yeah, so he was like, well, one time I was like illegally putting things in envelopes, and I was like, what were you putting them? He's like, I don't remember, but they were documents.
So that's who fucking sent my fake ID.
Yeah, like he probably did. He probably did, with like a plate or whatever, like behind like a.
What was my fake? My fake ID was in like this weird like box, and it had like a cards or something in it. But I had friends who got like chopsticks.
I had a friend who got like a spoon. I was like, what the fuck? But actually, very illegal. I'm actually not gonna say it because my sister's a nurse. I'm not gonna get her in trouble.
So MLMs.
Everybody knows somebody who's been a part of an MLM.
Or who still is. I mean, I hate to call you out if this is like your job, but like get a different job.
But the essential oils aren't it anymore, honey.
Stop selling the pink drink.
Yes.
The Monet, the Sugar Bear hair care vitamins. The fucking, what is it? What's the nutrition one?
Juice Plus. My sister sold Juice Plus. That bitch sold Juice Plus. She thought she was about to make a whole bag.
Juice Plus just sounds like a fucking MLM.
No, it was like
sounds like a pyramid.
It was like capsules, and it was like like you got your fruit capsules, you got like your vegetable capsules.
Were they infused with CBD?
No, they were not. But yeah, my sister was hard into that shit.
That is so funny. Yeah, no, like, yeah, all these dumb products that people sell.
Is it Herbalife?
Yeah, Herbalife.
Or Arbonne.
Arbonne's
a massive one. Actually, this one girl, when I made a new Instagram account from the one that I always had on my life.
Oh, you got hit up by a Hey Girly?
And I got hit up by a Hey Girly. I never met her in my life. And she sells Arbonne. And because at first, they can't say that they're selling something because it's an MLM. So they can't be like, oh, whatever. But then she starts posting about using Arbonne all the time. And then one day, I could probably go to it. She slid in my DMs. We talked before because she was like, hey, whatever. This is when I was first posting nutrition stuff that's now not on my account anymore. But I was posting this stuff and she was like, oh my God, I think that you'd be perfect for Arbonne. Have you ever heard of it? And I was like, delete. Goodbye. You're gone.
I get messages on the reg. Hey, Emily, I love your vibe. Yes. You are so pretty. Are you currently partnered with any beauty brands? Bitch, fuck off. Okay, this one's good. Hey, can I ask you a quick question? And I promise, I'm not trying to sell you anything, LOL, with a sparkle emoji.
She said, Lauren,
nothing.
go off.
No, I have so
I
many.
delete all of them. But yeah,
oh no, I just keep them in my requests.
But the Hey Girly ones, yeah, especially the bitches from high school that were the meanest motherfuckers, and then they want to slide in my DMs and want me to buy from them.
Oh wait,
there's another one too from health and fitness that this one girl I used to
Oh, this one. Hello, friend. How are you? I am an Amazon seller. I offer free samples for customers to write product reviews so that other customers can learn more about the details of our products. I want to find somebody to test my product in the US. Are you interested in this? They're fucking water shoes. I never looked at this. What the fuck?
That has to be someone from China trying to have you
I think they're
sell
Russian.
water shoes. That's fucking hilarious.
Anyways, yeah, the MLM people, they have no chill.
I want to say there's one girl that I used to work with and swim with and everything, and I think that it was Beachbody, or it's something like that type of program, and they have their own supplements and all that kind of stuff, and she would not let it go. And at the time I wasn't working out the way that I am, but still she was like, come on, I think you'd be a great client. I think it'd be great. I'm but
I don't want to.
I told her, oh my God.
Yeah.
They cannot take no for an answer.
No. I mean, we could I still really want to do a whole episode on MLMs because I think they're fascinating and I think they're funny as fuck. The people who are so thirsty to get you to sign up because they've sold their soul to this cult.
Yeah. Yeah. But honestly, half of them don't even make $1 because it's so hard
and that's the whole thing. But okay, the next on this list we have the makeup artists from high school. I think makeup, hair, nail, lash tech, all these people
No, but they're not even tech.
Oh yeah.
They take the tech away.
They never got their license in any sort of cosmetology. They never went to hair school. They never did anything to certify themselves, but they'd be posting on Instagram hit me up for a makeover. I do homecoming makeup and shit.
Yeah. So there's this one girl that I used to work with, and actually multiple girls I used to work with did this. Yikes, whatever. But they would they made accounts for their makeup and whatever. Same smoky eye on every person, just a different damn color. Ridiculous eyelashes. Yeah. And the one time, this was before I was into makeup, but not being a girly girl, put eyelashes on. And I asked the one, because I worked with her, and I was like, hey, so and so, will you teach me how to put eyelashes on? She's like, yeah, if you want, you can come over to my house, and it'll only be $45. And I said, fuck you.
You're I was asking as bitch. You're I was just asking as a friend.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to
I'm not trying to be your fucking client.
No, and also I can do my own makeup. I just want eyelash help, and do you have any tips? And no, this bitch tried to she was $45, you can come over, I got the lashes. I was like, bitch, what? No, those girls are the most ridiculous because they overcharge for everything because they think that they are freaking James Charles in this bitch. And
then they use the fucking triangle shaped beauty sponges that you get at like Dollar Tree on your face, and you're like, something ain't adding
and
up
like
here.
they only use their shade. They're like, oh, I'm so sorry that I ran out of like
and you walk out of there with like 4 shades
oh my
off.
God.
Yeah,
like, literally the amount of times like I've seen them, like some girl comes in and they have like they got freckles and they have beauty marks on their face, and then they leave and it's like never been seen before. Yeah. Oh my God. Those are also some of the rudest bitches in high school.
Why do all those bitches now sell like their own lip gloss? And then in my head, I'm like, how are
they
you
sell their own
this?
lip gloss and like wear monogram t-shirts every day.
Yeah. Like, how did you make this lip gloss? Would never put that on my body.
No. So this is something that's like the next topic is like huge
very
on
hot.
TikTok,
yeah.
and it's drop shipping because it's super simple. It's so easy.
Drop shipping? I actually watched a video on this before we started recording because I was like, just want to learn a little bit more. The amount of work that you have to do to drop ship stuff, there's no way it's worth it.
Yeah,
no way.
No, there are some like drop ship sites you can do where like you don't even have to put capital up, which is like nice, but like then you're definitely not making money if you're not putting any capital into it. Also, like you have to be selling like a lot of different products to be making what people on TikTok are showing. They're like, I made $30K in a month. Yeah, you have like 17 different products that people are buying. It's not just from water bottles, Steve.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
No, it's a very hard thing to get into, and there's so many different steps, and it's so like multifaceted. It's not like simple. Like,
no, it's definitely not a side hustle. It's like that's your full job. Like if you are a drop shipper, that's all you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big thing.
There's no way you could like time wise do that just like on the side casually.
Yeah, no way. And then that goes into like, you know, maybe you're not drop shipping, but you're trying to flip sneakers. You're out here just trying to flip whatever you can.
Yo, the sneaker game is so fucking lucrative if you can get in. But the issue is like whenever these drops happen for shoes, like you got to know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody to buy the shoes at retail price, because once they're fucking gone, they're gone. And like if you get like a good shoe that like you know is gonna be hot, like you could literally make like 1,000 times profit.
Yeah. Oh, I believe it. I believe it because like people
insane.
upsell them so much. Like the amount of times, I think it's like, what is it called? Like the Goat or something that's like online. Because the amount of times I've tried to like
StockX, Goat, Grailed, all that stuff.
Like my size shoe is like super popular. So like it'll be like starting at like $150 for like these sneakers I've been like, I want them so bad. But then I like go to my size and it's like $600 for the shoe. I'm
yeah,
like,
but men's size 14 is $70. Like, and the retail price is like $100. Yeah,
no,
it's crazy.
It's so annoying. But yeah, like stuff like that.
Yeah, I fell victim to that shit. Like when I was really into sneakers and when I didn't have a bunch of bills to pay, I would buy just the most ridiculously overpriced shoes for no reason. And now I look back on that version of me and I'm like, you fucking idiot. Like, if you would have just put that money towards, like, saving it or the stock market, you could actually have money now and not have to be doing all this fucking stupid
But that's
stuff.
the thing. Because we're not taught that. Like,
no,
in college, like, and not in college, like, even in high school, like, you're not taught any of that. You're taught to go out and get these dumbass jobs that make you money and, like, not just invest your money.
Yeah,
and,
nobody
like,
teaches you about the stock market.
Until you're, like, in college. And
unless you have a penis. Apparently, like, you start learning about the stock market when you're, like, 12. I don't know what it is about dudes. They start learning about that shit so early.
Nah, it's not even like they learn about it so early. They just get overly confident because they like buy one stock and then they just think they like are freaking.
Yeah, they buy one share of Tesla and they're like, God damn it, I need to snort coke off somebody's ass right now.
Like, pop off, Jerry. You got this. Okay, so
somebody give me a Quaalude right now. Where's my Lambo, bitch?
Flipping furniture. I think that's like
I know a bunch of people who do this.
A lot of people that flip furniture. You can make money, but it's like work. It is like I know people who like sell couches.
It's kind of hard, especially people like us who don't have a bunch of space to store it.
Exactly.
Like we don't have like a big like garage to like hold a big sectional that we just bought.
Those people for sure have like storage units and stuff. Yeah. And then like also, okay, it might be like a couch, but then also you have people who buy like dressers and then like completely just like deconstruct
gut
them
it
and, like,
and yeah,
which
make
like
it
is
cool.
so beautiful when it happens, but like I don't got the time, I don't got the patience.
Yeah,
I also don't see that vision when I'm looking at this like
piece of shit
1950 falling apart, sharpied up dresser. I'm like,
yeah,
no good.
It definitely takes a certain type of person, but like, yeah, some people are really, really like in deep in that world. And,
yeah,
like,
but and
very
it's
good
super,
at it.
super lucrative. It's kind of like the sneakers. Like if you can get into it and like you can make a lot of money. But like honestly, I don't got the patience.
Yeah,
I don't got the time.
I feel like we saved the simplest thing you can fucking do for money for the very last, and neither one of us have done it, but we just talked about it today.
I know a ton of people that have done this.
I know so many people who have done this, and we talked about doing this today, and we were like, are we candidates for this? Can we do it? Because like, why not? But it's selling your plasma. Google right now how much money you can make selling plasma. I believe you have to do like a few rounds. It's like 3 or 4 rounds.
Okay, so the closest clinic to us in Nashville, it says donate your plasma and earn up to $900.
So all I'm hearing is cha-ching, we need to go do that. But she's tatted and I take meth, so we might we might not be on their top candidates that they're looking for.
How painful is? Oh, it apparently doesn't hurt to donate plasma. That's
no,
good.
it's just you draw blood and they do a transfusion, and so it puts the blood back in you, and they take the plasma out of the blood. I've done so much research on this.
But you've never done it?
No.
Qualifications of selling your plasma. That's what I need to know.
Fuck, I'm about to go out of the country in 3 weeks. We got to do this now, because I bet once I leave, I got to wait a while.
Facts. I mean, will this pay my credit card bill off? Maybe.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
I mean, shit. If you donate too frequently, though, it can ruin your quality of plasma.
I'm just trying to do it like once.
Okay. So, are you eligible for donating plasma? Illness. So,
Nope.
if you're sick or you're on antibiotics or have any active infections, you cannot donate plasma. Medical conditions. There are 23 conditions that the American Red Cross considers when screening blood donors. So you have chronic illness such as hepatitis and HIV. Automatically disqualify you from donating, obviously. Other active conditions such as tuberculosis must be treated first.
If you're an 1800s English child, you probably shouldn't donate your plasma.
If you have low iron or hemoglobin levels, sorry, you're out. Medical conditions that would prevent you from getting a blood transfusion, or if you're the person who needs a blood transfusion, can't be doing that. Travel. If you've traveled to places that have Ebola or Zika virus, you are disqualified.
So that's funny because when I donated blood in college, like my freshman year, my senior trip in high school was when like Zika was like a big thing, and I went to Mexico, and I lied when I donated blood.
I lied. You're a bitch.
Because my sorority like required us to do it, and if I didn't do it, I like had to pay a fine. So I donated them my blood, and it might have had the Zika virus in it.
You're honestly,
I feel like that's some shit
low-key
I should take.
a horrible human. You need to go repent your sins.
Yeah, well, I don't believe in like that stuff, so I feel like I'm Gucci. Also, I've donated so much healthy blood, so it's probably made up for it.
Facts. I've never donated blood in my life.
Okay, so who's the bitch here?
I've never done it in my life because I don't like it.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm somebody who has tattoos. I have multiple tattoos all over my body, different pain levels. Ask me to get a shot, not into it. Ask me to draw blood, no, absolutely not. I had to draw blood so many times.
Were you okay with like the filler in your lips, or did that bother you?
No, that didn't bother me.
It's just helping people that you hate. As long as it makes your body look better, it doesn't bother you.
Okay, listen, because
You want to help some sick child with cancer?
You know
absolutely fucking not. Fuck you, Timmy. Fuck you, and fuck your blood that you need. You know what I tell
myself when I'm like getting a tattoo? I'm like, beauty is pain, beauty is pain, beauty is pain. And that's what I told myself with filler. But also with filler, they numb you.
Yeah, but giving blood doesn't hurt the way that filler hurts because it's just one time.
No, but you know what? The thing is that I don't like about like donating blood is that it stays in your arm.
Yeah.
And you can feel it when they like move the tube around. You can feel that bitch moving in your arm.
And you gotta like squeeze a ball so you feel the needle each time.
Yeah, that gets me. And that's what I don't like because like
I think it's just the helping sick people that you don't
like.
like.
Leave this joke behind, Emily. It's not funny anymore.
Who needs to repent for their sins now, bitch?
Bitch, you gave Ebola to some kid who already had cancer.
First of all, it was Zika virus.
So get your facts straight.
And I didn't have Zika. I had just been in a country that had Zika. But I didn't have Zika.
You're a bitch still. At least
it was 2 weeks before the cutoff. So I was like, I'm fine. It's like if you may have COVID, but you still go to a bar.
It's just a cold. It's allergies.
It's just allergies, man. Zika.
Oh my gosh.
COVID.
Well, all this to say, go get your bag. Go get your coin.
Yeah.
Get that side hustle. Honestly, stick with it. Don't stick with it. We're not telling you anything.
Yeah. We don't fucking judge
because we've tried a ton that have been failures.
Yeah.
We've tried a lot that's nothing has been successful.
Actually, they've all been failures. What was this episode about? Failures. Basically, I think the whole point is like
you cannot get rich quick.
There is no get rich quick scheme that won't send you to prison. So just tell me I'm wrong. No, besides this content house I'm trying to build. So if you're an investor and you're listening to this podcast, first of all, check your morals because this might be the wrong place for you. Second,
hit us up in the DMs.
Hit me up in the DMs and finance this house.
You can email us at society97.pod@gmail.com.
Hit us up for all business inquiries and partnerships that you're looking for to start the this national brand. I think is what we started in Nashville, but I think we're just going to take it national immediately. Everywhere. New York, California, Florida. Fuck Florida. New York, California.
I mean, we can even take this to Europe. International. Mr. Worldwide.
We're going global with the content house, okay? So
we haven't created one yet, but it will be a global enterprise. So stay tuned. But anyway, make sure you go check out our YouTube channel that we just launched last week.
Yes,
every single Tuesday, there will be a vlog from Emily and I. Mm-hmm. And then every single Friday, it will be the YouTube version of our podcast.
Yeah.
So if you enjoy watching podcasts, go check that out.
Yeah. And if you want to see how hot we look right now, don't check it out. Because we look ugly.
We ain't trying to give you boners or nothing while you're watching us.
Just kidding. Yeah, definitely watch it. It's fun. And it switches it up a bit.
I think it's a different dynamic. It's a different interaction. You get to kind of like see us and our facial expressions towards each other when we speak, aka mine to Emily. But yeah, definitely go check out our YouTube channel. It's at Society97. It is linked in our description, so you can find it really easily.
Yep.
And yeah, that is another episode of Society97. I'm Kellen. You can find me at KellenRedK on Instagram.
And I'm Emily. You can find me on Instagram at Starnsy. Don't forget to follow the podcast on Instagram as well. We are at Society97.pod on Instagram. We are also on TikTok at Society97pod. We've been posting a shit ton of content over there, so go check it out.
So make sure you also go rate and review our podcast on Apple Podcasts. You can rate our podcast on Spotify as well. And, go subscribe to the YouTube channel, like that, put your post notifications on,
Yeah.
all the things.
Ring that bell, bitch.
But that is it. We'll see you next Thursday. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.